Something funny?
No. I hope you realize you don't fool me. I know you'll never be a one-woman man. I really would like to know who she was.
Who was?
The woman who got to you. I mean, you know that I picked up on that moment at Kelly.
I bet you pick up on a lot.
You still think about her? How long ago was it?
Ah, yes. Conchita the Flyer.
She was a pilot?
Circus aerialist. It's love at first somersault. Followed her across Europe. It's all set to marry her, too, but her father insisted that the ceremony take place on a bar-to-bar flyby. By the time I mastered the maneuver, Conchita caught me with Sheila the Lion Tamer. Just as well. I'm not too fussed about heights.
That's okay. You can tell me the real story someday.
It's not as interesting.
I don't know, Jack. I have a feeling that everything about you is interesting.
I return the compliment.
Well, you two don't look like you need chaperones.
Well, I figured it was time to drink a toast to friendship. I trust you like champagne?
Friendship.
Nothing more, nothing less. That's what you wanted, right? See, I'm a reasonable guy.
Where's Meg? Oh!
Checking coats. Oh, I'm glad you were big enough to accept my invitation, Ashton. Big is my middle name, Jack. So, here we are.
Yes. Here we are.
So I really wanted to go to Ireland, you know.
Well, we should all go there someday soon. But in the meantime, I've arranged for the next best thing.
Which is?
You'll see.
So what exactly did you tell him to make him think that he was complicating my life? I don't know. So come on. I may have said that you were a little vulnerable right now, that you had a hard year. So you don't want me to have any fun?
Yes, now we're having fun.
There's nothing wrong with having fun. As long as everybody's playing the same game.
And as long as nobody tries to stack the deck or palm the aces.
Is that poker, Ashton?
Or tries to take over a company by resorting to sleeping with the CEO's wife. In poker, that's what they call a full house. It was very effective in Seattle, as it turned out. You know, I always wondered how EOQ lost out on that particular deal. Could you pass me some more champagne, please? You know, it always nagged at me. ELQ was in first position, ready to close on that hotel chain in Seattle, and then all of a sudden, it was yours.
Yes, it was a nice piece of work, that. I'm sorry you didn't think of it first.
Sleeping with the CEO's wife ain't my style.
Don't pretend you're above it, Ashton. You know from your own experience how gratifying it can be to mix business with pleasure.
Lois is my wife. That's someone else's.
I see. So this would mark the first time you've been intimate with another colleague?
That is the issue.
Oh, mine is? What do you expect me to do, justify my behavior? I don't think so.
Oh. No, what I'd like you to do is announce you're filing flight plans, but I'm sure that's not going to happen. So, instead, I will settle for your version of the truth. And I'm sure these ladies would be interested to know as well.
I suspect... Now, let me go a step further. I am absolutely sure I haven't done anything you wouldn't do. There's something you wanted badly enough for at stake. I did find it amusing, though. You went through all this trouble of scrounging through my past in search of sordid details.
Oh, no. It's no trouble. It pays to know what the competition's up to, or capable of. And I'd be willing to bet that I'm sure there's much more where that came from. I'll find it.
I'll be my guess. However, I'm curious as to why any of this is pertinent.
Oh, I just want Lois and Brenda to have a clear perspective when it comes to you.
Circling the wagons to protect the women? Ashton, either you've indulged in far too many silly westerns or you're scared to death of them.
For you, Jack, I'm afraid of you, or intimidated by you, or even been amused by you. In the grand scheme of things, you mean nothing to me at all. I don't care if you sleep with every wife of every Fortune 500 executive in the country. I don't care how many arms deals you run with your brother. All I care about are the two women sitting at this table. And as long as you insist on hanging around with them, I want to make sure that you know that I have my eye on you.
That was good. The way you lobbed in that bit about the arms deal.
Are you denying it?
Why would I?
Arms deal? So what do we order now?
Everything about it. Strictly legit. On the square, fully licensed. If we hadn't done it, somebody else would. If you're waiting for an apology, I'm afraid we're all going to be here for a very long time. And here's a question for you along those lines. Did you at any point feel the need to apologize for trying to put a toxic waste incinerator smack bang in the middle of a working class neighborhood?
Never.
You see, there you go. We have an awful lot in common.
You know, I really hate to spoil your fun, boys, but this really isn't feeling like much of a party.
Yeah, in other words, you're bringing us way down.
Jax and I are just getting to know each other.
Well, whatever happened to bonding over football in a manly fashion?
Well, it's the wrong season.
I know that.
See, it's so hard to keep track of time, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, it goes by so fast when you're having such fun.
That's true.
Well, actually, you know, I don't blame you for being curious about me.
Thank you for being so understanding.
I mean, put the shoe on the other foot. I'd certainly be curious if I felt threatened by another man. Romantically speaking, of course.
Oh, criminy sake.
Believe me when I tell you, the notion of you stealing my wife does not keep me up at nights. My faith in Lois is unshakable. Our commitment can't be broken under any circumstance.
Yeah, and by the way, that is absolutely, unequivocally, 1,000% true.
You're just not used to losing, Jax. Neither am I.
Well, there's something else we have in common. If we keep this up, we might actually start to like each other.
I doubt that.
You're probably right. And as far as losing's concerned, it doesn't happen. Not to me.
Well, Jax, you're about to experience it first. Because you can't have my wife. And beyond that, you can't have one thing that belongs to me.
What was that word? Can't? Not familiar.
Stick around. You'll learn about it.
For clarification's sake, what would I possibly want of yours?
Aside from my wife, plenty, I'm sure.
I already had Yagi Pharmaceuticals in my pocket. It would have been a nifty trophy to add to my collection had I been on the hunt for you. But I wasn't. In fact, I handed it right up to Lois, just like I promised.
That's not exactly the way I remember it.
It's close. You got your record company back. Now everybody's happy. Except you.
Yeah, I'm looking thrilled, actually, myself.
Well, then that makes two of us.
Or is it three?
See, I think your real target was ELQ, not Yagi.
Have you always suffered from acute paranoia, or did it develop once I arrived in town? You think I'd be so stupid to pursue a privately held family enterprise that hasn't the slightest interest in retaining outside shareholders?
Why not? You wouldn't be out of character.
What would I do? Just stroll into the Quartermain mansion and grab Edward by the collar and shake him until he decides to sell me the majority of his stock? You know, that would bring a whole new meaning to the term hostile takeover.
You know more about that than you.
I don't know. My brother? You?
Okay, you know what? This is enough, because this is all we have.
I mean, we
Look
could
forward
actually
to.
go back to the gatehouse and do something really important like our nails.
Oh, yeah, and make some popcorn, which would be a lot more entertaining than which one of you has the bigger ego. I was going to say,